In part 2 of using Audacity for digital storytelling, we will learn how to add music to our narration, adjust the audio levels, and export our finished audio in a WAV file to use in our digital story. I used GarageBand to create a song for this example. For purposes other than stories played in the classroom that fall under the Fair Use Act for academic projects, you will need to use copyright-free material. Check with the library or online resources to further understand when you will need to use copyright-free music. For example, I'm uploading this tutorial to the internet, so I need to use copyright-free audio. In Audacity, navigate to the File drop-down menu and select Import. In the flyout menu, click Audio. Locate and select the audio file you wish to use in your project and click Open. A warning box will now open. It is best to choose the default setting, make a copy of the file before editing. Click OK. You have now imported your song into a new audio track. We notice that the song is much longer than our narration. Each case is going to be dependent on the length of your narration, and in this case my narration is only about 16 seconds long. So I'm going to go ahead and use the selection tool and trim my song up a little bit. I'm going to get rid of the beginning part here, and then I'm going to take off the rest of this for this example. I'm now going to select the time shift tool from the toolbox. When I select the time shift tool, it will allow me to move a track in our project. Let's go ahead and play this piece of audio and see what it sounds like. As a young boy, my family went on a trip that I will never forget. Right away, we notice that the music is much too loud for our narration. There's a couple things that we can do here. One of the first things that I'm going to do is select my narration and go to the Effect drop-down menu. I'm going to select Amplify. I'm going to use the default setting and click OK. This will amplify our audio a little bit. It's best to have good quality audio without too much background, because of course if you have bad audio and you just amplify it, you're also amplifying the bad audio or background noise. I'm now going to use the envelope tool to further edit my project, and we notice that when I select the envelope tool, I get these blue lines. I also, when I hover over the blue lines, I see these two dots. I'm going to now click on the blue line in my song track, and then I'm going to click on it again and bring that audio level down. At the end of my narration, I'm going to click again on the blue line and bring that back up. So now you kind of visually see what's happening here. Let me go ahead again and bring that audio down and bring that back a little bit. So we kind of understand what's happening here is that our music will be playing. Then we brought our music level down so that when our narration begins we can hear that clearly. At the end of our narration, we've now brought our music level back up and then drifts off to the end so that it fades out nicely. Let's go ahead and listen to this and see what we think about it. As a young boy, my family went on a trip that I will never forget. I'm going to go ahead and jump to the end so that you can kind of hear what the ending sounds like as well. I'd like to go this summer, and I said Death Valley. One of the most important things about your digital story is having proper audio levels. Well, now let's go ahead and export this out. We're going to choose the File drop-down menu and select Export. We're going to go ahead and name our file. I'm going to name this one Narration with Music. I'm going to choose the format of WAV. I could select here and choose several other different types of formats, but I'm going to put it out as a WAV file. A WAV file is an uncompressed audio format that will be best for me to put in either Windows Movie Maker or iMovie. Once I compress my final movie, it will also compress the audio at that time, so we don't want to compress it too many times. I'm going to go ahead and click Save. Click OK, and it will say your tracks will be mixed down to 2 stereo channels in the exported file. Click OK. And I'm going to minimize Audacity here. You will now see the music with narration.wav file on your desktop. This is the file that you will use to put into iMovie or Windows Movie Maker to complete your digital story project.